Hey, all right, guys. It's been a minute or two, but I'm back. So I thought I'd jump on here tonight, say hi to everybody, and see what's going on. Most of you know I've had a lot happening. Try to bring this other phone up. That's okay. It doesn't look like there's nobody here tonight. Oh, there we go. What's going on, everybody? A few stragglers coming in. How's everybody doing? Emily, I am too. Emily, I am also in Springfield. Surprised I haven't seen you. I'm parked right out here by the steps. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm trying to get my chat up real quick where I can read it. No, I'm not going to do that. So I'm a little bit ill. I don't feel the best, but I'm here. Freezing in North Georgia, yeah. Been passing by my truck for 2 days, Mac. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people have. It's going well, David. So I am back in Springfield, obviously. I'm in my truck. My truck has not moved. It is still in the same spot it's been for 2 weeks. The hell am I, right, stranger? I'm going to leave in the morning. What's going on, Stefan? I'm going to get a load out in the morning. Yeah, Jeepers, I've been off for 2 weeks. So I took a trip to Florida. I spent, I don't know, about 10 days, I guess, in Florida. 9 or 10 days down there with my family and to see my dad. Most of you know he's been extremely ill. So it was good to see him. And believe it or not, he started eating a couple days before I left. And hey, welcome back, Bobby. Bobby's coming back to Prime. Congratulations, sir. And so he started eating before I left, and it's time to go. So hopefully, as long as he continues to eat, he should be okay. What's going on, Crispy? How's the little one? The little one's really good. The problem is he got me sick. He had pneumonia and a double ear infection. And I definitely seem to have caught something from him. But I'll get through it. Heading to Prime in a couple days. Congratulations. The older boys are good. I flew the 18-year-old and his girlfriend in. They were there as well for most of the trip. And then I drove back and I dropped them off in Tennessee on my way back. So I got to spend some time with them as well. And now it's just a matter of getting myself geared up and ready to go back to work. I actually got back to Springfield yesterday, or late afternoon, early evening. Woke up this morning. As y'all know, it's a holiday. I called up there. They had nothing going the way I needed to go. So that takes care of that. So here I am. But that's okay because sick anyways. Been sick anyways, so it's probably a good thing. I got an extra day to relax. But yeah, things are going okay. Things are going okay. How y'all doing? So, any big news from anybody? Obviously, Bobby had big news. Bobby's coming back to Prime. He'll be here on the 2nd. So there's one. Now I already did know Bobby was coming back. Me and Bobby have texted each other in the last few weeks, so we already knew. Thanks, Emily. I don't think so, but thank you. 6 days till the 1 year. There you go, Stefan. Congratulations. You're almost there. Kevin, how are you? So Kevin's coming on the 27th. Congratulations on that. JD, he's doing better. He's doing better. So he's doing much better. So we'll just see. 3,000 miles for Wayne left in his TNT phase. You're almost there. Another, I don't know, depending on where you're at, could be as short as 3 or 4 days in order for you to hit that. There's Carlos is coming on 24th to Pittston. How you doing, Will? My BC driver is at home in Pennsylvania, so my first load will take me to Pennsylvania. A 60-day solo and possibility of having to recertify to be a trainer. Yeah, I mean, that happens. I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked by that, but okay. Recertify after 60 days. What do they think happened, Bobby? They think you forget everything in the little bit of time you were gone? No, I mean, that's, I don't know, man. No, my student's at home. TNT completed, waiting on a truck. Well, Morgan, they have trucks, I'm pretty sure, don't they? You doing the upgrade classes, or? I mean, I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at the list lately. I haven't been around. Like, I haven't even, honestly, guys, I really haven't even seen anybody the last couple days I've been here. I haven't been upstairs to see Fleet or recruiting. I haven't been, or Andrea. I haven't stopped by and even said hi to anybody since I got back. Seen a Volvo in Oklahoma. We do have a few internationals floating around. That's for sure. We got a big crop of internationals in this past fall. So it should be tomorrow. There you go. Let me read some of these long messages. Love you, international. Prime is still prime. Currently 19, almost have your experience doing it. Oh, nice. I don't know. They probably don't know, to be honest with you. They're probably going to ask somebody. Oh, I understood the comment. I understood it. It was, he's just making jokes. That's all. Driving international at the moment. 19,000 left for Roy. You're almost there. No, Will, I'm currently not vaping. Not leasing any more internationals? Well, that's the first I've heard. Wow, another, yeah. Dude, that happens a lot, man. What's going on, Jody? Alan, that's the Astro scandal. That's an interesting topic. I'm going to tell you what my theory is behind it. If they want to seriously stop anything like that from ever happening again, anybody who was involved with it or knew about it, permanently ban them from baseball. I don't care who they are, including Altuve. Just ban them. Just done. It'll never happen again. That's just my opinion. If they want to make sure it never happens again, that's what they need to do. I don't know if they will or not. Yeah, Will, I'm in Springfield. I'm at the terminal. Like the front doors of the terminal are like right there. Right. Yeah, look, it's Nene. How you doing, Miss Nene? Proud to be wacky over here. Nice. That's funny. That's great. That's awesome stuff. How's my dad? So my dad's getting better every day, somehow, some way. He might make it through this one. They didn't expect him to, but he might. Some people are just stubborn, and he's one of them. Heading to Springfield next week, yeah. Well, hopefully I'm not here. I've already been here quite a while. Like, how you doing, Boot Hill? I went to start my truck this morning because I didn't even start my truck yesterday. I just got in, the heat was on. I was good, but I wanted to start my truck last night, late last night, because I didn't have the heat on while I was gone. So when I got here yesterday, it was like 20 degrees. So I jumped up here and turned the heat on the APU, but it just could never catch up. And so I was like, well, I'll start the truck and use the engine heat really quick to catch up and then go back to regular heat. Man, it did not want to start, but it did. It did. Thanks, Mark. What's going on, Truck and Fire? I've missed a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna try it, not sure which way I'm gonna go yet. Yeah. But yeah, so life has been kind of, even though I was on vacay for the last 2 weeks, it's been kind of hectic. And I will tell you, it was a great time to take vacation, right? I mean, freight's not that great in January. The weather's been total crap for 2 weeks. The only thing good is my dog came home. I guess Blake's dog got out. Oh, he might be talking about me coming home. I am home, Blake. I am home, man. It was a long trip. It was a long trip back, too. I mean, I've been wanting to have a car in Springfield for a long time. Some transportation while I'm here other than my truck. And so to drive all the way back was very interesting, to say the least. Especially since I had to go to Knoxville first and then cut across. And if y'all think those Highway 60 bridges are scary in a truck, be in a car and pass a truck. They are, they're actually a little scarier. Actually a little bit scarier. But yeah, so now I just need to get over this, whatever I've got, this funk. But I am going to leave in the morning and hopefully get some work done. Hopefully get to it. Um, 80 in a car, yeah, it's definitely different. But a long stretch here has been Grateful Dead. Well, Grateful Tread's around somewhere. She's on her way back to Springfield. Yeah, Stefan, that's what I should have done, and I didn't do it. You see my Super Bowl ring? No, it's not a Super Bowl. That's pretty good, though. I like that. It is my 2-year perfect service ring from Prime, my Prime type certified ring. I've showed it a couple times. It's a nice ring. It's a nice gift from Prime to their drivers. And it's heavy. It's definitely heavy. But you know, they're one of the few companies that are continue to give out gifts still. When I came from KLM, we didn't get shit from them. Nothing, ever. Nothing, ever, ever, ever. Sometimes I felt I was lucky to get my paycheck, to be honest with you, but that's all right. You get a hat from your company? I got about 10 of those and like 3 or 4 jackets. Do have a rubber floor. Half of it, Crispy, there's carpet and a sleeper, but up front's rubber. Up front is rubber. The Prime coming with 25 years experience. Shoestring, I wouldn't think you'd have any training at all. Yes, February 22nd, I believe, is the first Cub spring training game. I've already got it marked in my calendar. J-Rock, it's good. I mean, I'm a little wore out. But don't think you want to go brand new, Bobby? Well, I mean, it just depends, I guess. It all depends. Bottom feeders, Corey. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. There's worse companies to work for. I wouldn't call them bottom feeders, mainly because they treat their drivers well, as far as being like the way they talk to you, treat you like a human being. They work with you on stuff. So, I mean, in that point, I won't call them bottom feeders because of that. When it comes to pay, when I was there, I've heard it's changed, but when I was there, they were definitely a bottom feeded company as far as pay goes. It was not that great. But I have heard it's changed a little bit, and they are getting a little more compensation. I hope that's true. If you go use lease, you know any of the average. It just depends on how long you have the truck. So I think like a 1 year average, if you had the truck 1 year, I wouldn't be surprised if you got like $5,000 or $6,000 back. I know the full 3 years, if you keep the truck in good condition, you clean it up and everything when you turn it in, you can expect to get in the mid to low 20,000s. Bobby, he's Ballinger, he's good. Or Badinger, I can't really read it. My eyes are shot. But that's funny, Corey, because I did too. First time I ever drove for them actually would have been 22 years ago. It would have been 1998, but it was only like a 6-month stint. But yeah, and it was bad. I think it was I think I got 26 cents a mile back then. So that would have been 1998. It was not very much. How much can you make as a prime company driver if you run hard? Yeah, I mean, if you run hard as a prime company driver, you can expect like probably $1,400 to $1,500 a week before taxes. 3,000 miles a week is pretty much it on electronic logs, guys. At 50 cents a mile is $1,500. F the Yankees. It's the little things. No, Bobby, not the end of lease isn't. No, just the tire fund. Nope. End of lease is not rolled over. Just the tire fund, buddy. Yeah, correct. It's just the tire fund that rolls over. And I'll be honest with you, most of them, they put new tires on and the tire fund's almost drained as well. Yes, correct. You, hey, I didn't do that much, but I gave him a little bit. You remember, this is my third brand new truck. A shorter lease, Jeepers, that's all. It's just a shorter lease for end of lease payout. How are you going to go to Vegas and Cubs at the same? I'm not going to see the Cubs. I just have it marked on the calendar that that's when they start. I'm not going there. We're going to Vegas. So if y'all don't know, we have a trip planned to Vegas. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking there's probably going to be like 7 people at least. All right, Shoestring. Have a good night. Yeah, Jeepers, we're going to Vegas. We're going to go hang out in Vegas. What's the temp here? I don't know, probably like 15 freaking degrees. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, I'm back. I got back yesterday. Ian, Ian, buddy, you're gonna miss us. Then we're gonna cross at the airport, bud. We're gonna cross at the airport. So there's Cedar. Yeah, we're gonna cross at the airport because we're flying in the 24th to the 28th. 21 feels like 11. Yeah, I know it's pretty cold. How did I come up with the handle crazy bags? Is pretty unique. Yeah, I mean, I've told this story a few times. I'll tell it again. I don't mind. I used to play a game. I no longer play it on my phone. A little war game, and I don't remember what my original name was. It was something, but then like I was getting beat up like every day, and so I changed it to punching bag because I was basically the punching bag of the zone. And then I got pissed off one day and I spent a bunch of money on the game and kicked everybody's ass, and all the Chinese started calling me crazy. So I just changed to crazy bags after that. No, I'm not at campus. I'm over at the terminal. I'm over at the terminal. I have my car here now, so I no longer have to stay at campus. I can drive myself around now. I'm no longer confined to my 30 minutes off-duty driving. You just left from the campus? Yeah, no, I'm over at Terminal. Truck is in the exact same spot it's been for a long time. Washing clothes, have fun with that. That's the best version you've heard, Mac? Yeah. The chat does lag. There's a lot of people in here. Happy trails. No happy. You just need you're gonna have to get a note from your doctor saying your doctor is saying you're fit. I believe you might want to call, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Because I know people who have come back from like heart attacks, cancer, and I mean like stage 3 cancer, beat it and come back to trucking. I knew a guy at KLM who did that. So you just have to call and find out. Tell everyone about the PSD phase. No, the Vegas trip is not for a wedding. No. No weddings in Vegas. No weddings in Vegas. Wow. That's crazy. You have a like button? Yeah, hit the like button. Thank you. What if you have a baby? How much time do you get off? Well, I mean, look, if you're a lease operator, you're a contractor. So, if you're a company driver, that's different. If you're a company driver, that will fall underneath the Family Medical Leave Act. So that would all fall in that. And so that would dictate that. But as a lease operator, you're a contractor. So that's different. So, I mean, that's how much time you take off is going to be up to you. And just remember the truck payment adds up while you're taking time off. Weddings are the leading cause of divorce. Nice. So someone asked my thoughts on having a CB in the truck. I would tell you, but there's not one up there. So there's my thought. What happened to the young lady that was in my truck? She's at home in Pittsburgh. So she's at home right now. She's on home time. Doing orientation in Salt Lake. Well, I'm sorry you have to stay at that Ramada. I am. Bless your heart. What about the air fryer? Oh, it's underneath the bed. That's about all I can tell you about the air fryer. I'll tell you, look, when I'm training, when you're doing TNT, man, it kind of sucks because you don't have the ability to do a lot of things you can do when you're solo. Like when you're Danny does. I can't think. What did Danny change her name to on YouTube? Shit. I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember what Danny changed her name to, but Danny does driving, and then she was Fly Girl, and now she's something else. What's her, gosh, what is that name? It's something goofy. Something goofy. But that's okay. Yes, Eric. Yes, you can get you biscuits. Yeah, biscuits. So yes, you can. Prime will hire you if you have high blood pressure, but it's under control with medication. Just make sure you bring your medication with you, so you can show them what you're taking. Only thing that's supposed to be in there is 3 reflective triangles. That's not true. You can have anything you want in there, but you better have 3 reflective triangles. What's going on, Dirt Lamp? Take it. Well, you can't take a dog with you in training and take it from experience. You cannot take a dog with you during training, okay? So, that can't happen. Nene, no, it didn't make me speechless. It threw me for a loop, though. That's for dang sure. But no, guys, you can't have your dog during training here. Unfortunately, we found that out the hard way. But no, Prime does urine test for their drug testing. Free breakfast tomorrow. Is it Friday? No, tomorrow's like Tuesday. There's no free breakfast on Tuesday unless you're buying. And then maybe I got free breakfast. So I met a bunch of people. Well, not a bunch. I saw some people. I saw Taco Truck Lover. I saw Carla Hickey. Carla come over last night. Poor girl stood outside my window freezing her butt off just to say hi. That was nice of her. And then I saw Shauna Lady Trucker and 3 other Diamond drivers here at Prime or over at Fire and Ice having dinner, and I saw them over there and got to meet all them and say hi to them. And I don't remember their names, but yeah, no more dogs on the truck, Brian. Darren, I mean, depending on how long ago that experience was, they may not count it. I probably got them all sick patients here, right? Is it going to snow this week? I don't know. It was snowing earlier here. It made me nervous. There's a lot of... You know one thing I noticed today in Springfield? There's a hell of a lot more people wearing Kansas City Chiefs gear today than there was yesterday. That's for dang sure. As a new hire Prime, will you get a new truck? I mean, you might. You might. That's all I can say. There are plenty of new hires that do get new trucks. But does every new hire get a new truck? Nope. But there are plenty that do. Forget the Chiefs. But I had an accident on I-84 today. Ooh. Lost coils. Uh-oh. Did something happen to the dogs? No, nothing happened to the dogs. So Honey had her dogs on the truck, and you know we make videos, and so I was informed that she can't have her dogs on the truck when she comes back. Not until her training's over. That's it was told to me in a very nice way. It wasn't rude, it wasn't mean, it wasn't somebody calling me going, nah. You know, someone just picked up the phone, they called me up and said, hey, just want you to know that, you know, she can't have her dogs on the truck during the training process. Not a big deal. You know, nobody's in trouble or anything, just she can't bring them back. That was the end of it. So there's Marley. Well, technically it's not Marley, it's Marley's mama, but Marley doesn't like me. Marley tried to bite me. They did win yesterday. Kansas City did win yesterday, and I guess that's why I'm seeing all this Kansas City gear, right? So instead of wearing the Chiefs gear yesterday, right, and possibly being a loser, all these people waited till the day after they won to put it on, but that's okay. That's okay. Texas Red Raider. So, unfortunately, I've been smoking. It's been going on for a few days now, Al. A few weeks now, really, 2 weeks. I smoked when I was here last time. How long you been a Prime? Well, I mean, Darren, I've been working. I started my 3-year anniversary is February 15th. I'm not gonna vape. I'm either gonna smoke or I'm gonna do nothing. Vaping made me feel like shit, and so I have decided I'm no longer gonna vape because of it. And I mean, it really made me feel like shit. And so there's no more vaping for me. Vaping is out. Do I know Santa? Oh, on I-80 in Iowa today? No, Buzz, it's not why I'm sick. I'm sick because I was getting booger kisses from my 4-year-old for last week. Yeah, vaping just made me feel like crap. Well, I mean, strange. I mean, look, dogs don't bother me. Dogs don't bother me. Just west of Cheyenne today. I'm sure that was a wind issue, Alan, if I had to guess. More than likely. Super nauseous. Yes, that's what it was doing to me. So the vaping thing, guys, was 2 things. Number 1, I was getting nauseous like all the time. Like when I was vaping, I was sick. Like it was pretty bad. And number 2, I couldn't catch my breath. Yeah, I know smoking kills you too. I know that. But I'm talking about how it makes me feel. So send you a beanie. Will wants a beanie so bad. Will, send your address to my Instagram or my email. I know you got one of them. What's going on, Chad Rich? Yeah, I'm smoking in the truck. I don't smoke in the sleeper berth, but I smoke up front with the window down. Yeah, smoking can ruin the vehicle, yeah, if you're not careful. Chad's here, it's all going to hell. I don't know why he wants the beanie. But President Rich is in the house. So Chad's out there getting it. I've been off for 2 weeks. Chad's been out there making up the difference, I guess. I'm at the Prime Terminal in Springfield, Missouri. That's where I'm at. What's going on, Wheezy? I ain't seen Wheezy in a long time. Wheezy, how the hell you been, man? Wheezy's like an original. So I have a few originals still around here from when I very first started YouTube, and Wheezy's one of them. Stefan is one. There's a few of them. It's Will, my email is crazybags357 at gmail.com. Yeah, Brian's been around. Marley says woof woof. Dan's been around a long time. So yeah, there's a few people. I was hoping although that old Hurley boy'd stop in tonight. Let me know how that's going for him up there in North Dakota. So there was a YouTube subscriber that came here to Prime, did their year, and left, and they went to the oil fields in North Dakota. And so it's, I believe it was Stephen Hurley. There was two Hurley boys, but I believe it was Stephen that went up there. So I was hoping he was going to stop in tonight, but I'm sure I'll hear from him at some point on a live. I'm sure I will. Because I'm really curious what kind of money he's making up there in the oil fields. You know, people ask me all the time about that. You know, we have a lot of people who come here and do their year and they move on to other things. And one of the things, Greg Hurley. Okay, yeah, there's Stephen and Greg, so it's Greg. But a lot of people ask me all the time about, yes, Will, that's it. You know, they ask me all the time about it. And is there money in the oil fields? And how often do they get home? And, you know, I was like, well, I think they get home every night and stuff. 5K a week with his truck. All right, Nene, have a good night. Be safe out there. You lagging or am I? Bobby, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Tango saying they're hot and cold. Someone saying 10 tons of money, G6 airplane money. Yeah, right? So, I mean, I'll be curious how Greg does up there. What's going on, Wicked? I think he'll do fine. I actually considered going to North Dakota myself in 2014. That is one of the things I looked at. Was that? Go sub Emily's pay. Yeah, Emily's getting close. So Emily Slaughter is a highway diamond, a female driver here at Prime, and she's got a YouTube channel. She's almost at 1,000 subs. She can almost start doing lives. No, Nomad, that's not true. I don't know who told you that. Unless they changed something in the last 12 days, that's not true. That's not true. There's plenty of people that lease brand new trucks right out of training. Yeah, and Grateful Tread also, correct. But there's plenty of people who lease brand new trucks right out of training. Stefan did. My brother did. Cedric did. So, but I've had students who got used trucks too. I think Greg got a new truck too, my student Greg. Brown was company driver, but he got a brand new truck. Jason got a brand new truck from Chad, yeah. Bobby got one brand new. All right, Kenny, congratulations. There's someone else coming on the 27th. The fastest someone can finish TNT, 50,000 miles. I would say the very fastest that I think it could be done, if everything went perfectly right, there was no home time, no nothing, 8 weeks. But I mean, I tell all my students in advance, figure on 12 weeks plus whatever time we take off. So it's 12 weeks of driving plus whatever time we take off. No, Emily's 50. Emily, it's only 60 if you come from an accredited school and don't have to do PSD phase. So if you come from an accredited trucking school that Prime recognizes, then you don't have to do PSD, and it's 60,000 miles TNT. But if you go through Prime's PSD training, then it's 50,000. Correct, 50,000, or when your trainer says you're ready. So 50,000 is a minimum, guys. So keep that in mind. So it's 50,000 minimum, and I got really good at saying that. So I'm glad Mickey said that. It's 50,000 minimum, okay? 50,000 minimum. We do have students who go a lot more than that. I think Andre, a driver here, I think he did like over 100,000 miles in training. Oh, well, I just see that being trouble from the get-go. So let's just do this. Let's just do that and just prevent any trouble from coming up. What's the difference between a truck? Oh, I almost read that, Dan. I like that though. I like that. I like that. How you doing, Kaz? Corey says, "Why don't I at least purchase?" No, Strange Dan was okay. that was kind of funny. I mean, here let's give Emily Emily a wrench. There we go. We get new trucks year round. Are you talking about the 2021 models? Yeah, the 2021 models I would imagine would start showing up here shortly. $75,000 back in 2013. Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of drivers here that do like 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120. It just really depends on the student and the trainer and the fleet manager. So Bobby asked me, do I prefer an automatic or the manual? I drove a manual for over 1 million miles. It was like 1.2 million miles I drove a manual truck. I way prefer the automatic. All right. I'm not super old school. I don't have to shift a gear to feel like I'm trucking. My knees are very thankful for automatics. Yeah, I do. I definitely prefer the automatic. yeah, Mac. If a student has an accident and hits something, that all comes into play as well. So knock on wood, I've never had a student have an incident where they hit something ever. So, and I've had like 16 students now or something. None of my students have ever had any kind of accident or incident. Knock on wood, hopefully that continues. I'm very conscious to what they're doing at all times. I teach them to be very conscious of what they're doing at all times. And when my students are backing my truck, I'm outside of the truck. I don't care if I slept an hour or 3 hours. I get out of bed and I watch them. And so all of that comes into play. I take it very serious when they're backing up my truck. I take their safety, my safety, the public safety, and other people's property, the safety of other people's property, very serious. So I've been very lucky. And help answer questions. They had uh-ohs. Yeah, we have a lot of uh-ohs. I mean, when you have a training program the size of Prime's, you're gonna have uh-ohs. You're gonna have drivers who hit poles or back into stuff. It's gonna happen. If you don't have someone out there spotting them at all times. And I'm telling you, any of my students will tell you, it doesn't matter how hot, how cold, rain and snow and sleet and 50 mile an hour winds blowing. It doesn't matter. Hailing, I'm outside the truck, making sure they don't hit shit. You get your new truck, Marley? Congratulations. No, Kenny, not normally. It can last 4 or more weeks. But if you come prepared and you get a decent trainer, you shouldn't be in PSD phase more than 3 weeks max. That's the maximum, right? So 2 weeks. Emily's saying 2 weeks, and I agree with that. That's kind of what I do. I like to leave. So the way I used to do it is this. I would leave out with my students on a Thursday or Friday. I would be back a week from Sunday, spend 2 or 3 days on the pad and test them. So it would literally be like 2 weeks. So the way the laws are written, you have to have your permit, or how does it work? I know we can't test our students now until 2 weeks after they're cleared to come to Prime. PSD is not 2 months. That's for dang sure. Holy crap, we never have no trainers. Milk it out. Well, I will tell you, and trainers don't want it to go more than 4 weeks because they've enacted some new rules for trainers, and PSD trainers no longer get paid to have a student on the truck after the 4th week. So during the PSD phase, trainers get a little extra pocket money for having the student on the truck training them. They no longer get that after the 4th week. Going on, Kenworth? How are you this evening? Rent my car. Oh, you went to Stratford, Missouri? Oh, that's awesome. That's right down the road. Yeah, and that $200 advance gets heavy real fast. You're right, it does. It adds up, man. You know, they're giving you that $200. It's not free every week. You know, they're taking it back, $25 a week. So just remember that. You don't want to be in PSD very long. Just be prepared. Vicky's still answering questions. Yeah, you don't want that to add up too much. If you can get away with only $400, good for you. Good for you. Does Prime do auto change? Seems they would be a good. So no, we don't have auto change, but we have the new socks, the tire socks. I haven't tried them myself, but a lot of drivers are buying them, and I assume they're doing well because they're still selling them, and I'm sure we've had to use them. The way this weather's been the last few weeks, I am positive we've had to use them. Somebody out there has. And if there was a problem with them, I'm sure we would know all about it before now. Wait. How is Lori's backing doing? I saw the one video where she had difficulty. Oh, Lori's backing's doing a lot better. A lot better. So, yeah. Jeez Louise. Having issues with Pete's low fuel delivery pressure. Keep having to change out fuel filters so about every 3 months. No, Anthony, I haven't had a problem. I was thinking of trying to read what you wrote, but yeah, no, I haven't had a problem. I have not had an issue with it. Look, I recommend to everybody never take an advance out if you're out here working. Look, if you're out working for a company and you're like working, like you're not, there's no issues or anything, you're not breaking down or nothing like that. You're just out driving every day, doing your job. If you're having to live on advances from your company, it might be time to reevaluate what's going on. All right. I haven't had to take an advance out in a very, very long time. I will tell you, when I came to Prime, the other company I worked for, I had a $300 a week max. I took it every week. Like, I had to have it every week to get to the end of the week. And, you know, then they take it out the next check. It's just like a big revolving door, right? And so when I came to Prime, one of my goals was not to ever have to do that again. And thank goodness I haven't. Most bloggers tend to only talk about miles with regards to pavement, not how many hours it took. Yeah, Mark, I don't know why they do it that way. Maybe because the industry-wide miles is kind of like the set point. I mean, I don't know. But I don't disagree with your theory that, you know, we should talk about hours it takes to make the money. That's one thing I like about Prime is we get paid percentage of the load versus mileage pay. I'll never drive for mileage pay again unless I'm a company driver somewhere. I'll never lease a truck and get paid flat rate per mile. You're freaking nuts. And there's plenty of companies out there doing it. There's plenty of people out there making money that way. All right, I'm not saying that, you know, people are out there not making money. There's plenty of people out there making money that way. But there's a much bigger piece of the pie for you if you get into percentage pay and actually start getting paid for what you're doing. Just mute them out, guys. Just block him out completely. Just mute them out. All right, I'll do it. Just do this. Bam, problem solved. How is 80 being closed so much affecting you guys? Bobby, I don't know, because I have been not here. So I've been gone for the last 2 weeks, so I'm not real sure. But I know New York, it wasn't just 80 though, it was New York too. Like the whole state of New York was shut down for trucks. You're new to the wrench, it's all right, I got it. Kaz, I'm just saying that there's a bigger piece of the pie than getting paid per mile. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a bigger piece of the pie, you know, than just working for mileage pay. And I used to work for mileage pay, so trust me, I know. I was on a dedicated account working for mileage pay. And it wasn't bad mileage pay, but I'm doing much better. Working less, making more. Working less, making more. Yeah, Emily, I've been doing this. I've been doing these lives for over a year now, so I can usually pick stuff up pretty quick and get it blocked out. That's because you got to remember, Emily, I've got 2 phones going right now that I'm watching, and one of them just watches chat. Work hard, play hard, right, Terry? That's the way I feel about it. You know, we used to have big long conversations on here about pay and about money and about all that, and it got to the point where it just wasn't even, I didn't want to talk about it no more. So people don't believe it. Kenworth, I saw that. Market depends. I've had well, anything over 5,000 miles that the truck runs, I get paid extra, Mark. So like, I don't know. I mean, it just depends. Maybe I've had them do 40 hours. I've had them drive or work 40 hours in a week. I've had them work 60 hours in a week. It just depends. It just depends. TNT flatbed. Did I dye my hair again? Yeah, I had my hair done, I don't know, 2 weeks ago when I was here. Yeah, Taco Truck was saying something about it doesn't matter. He's a lease operator out of California. I seen him this morning. He was telling me he still had to change his license. Reefer or dry van, any comments? If you're getting paid by the mile, go haul dry van. If you're getting paid percentage, go haul reefer. You know, I mean, and most companies that run both pay the same for each. Like Crete, you know, Crete's got a dry box division and a reefer division. They only pay a few cents more a mile to their company drivers for that. How you doing, Charles? He's getting better every day. If you stop at Paducah at Lipton, go over to the, well, I don't know what Bobby's talking about, but I was just in Paducah the other day. Terry, 5 cents more for reefer. It's pretty funny. I don't know, how much are they making? There you go. Wow, Jason, I've never seen that for company drivers. That's pretty interesting. I actually kind of like that. So you get 31% as a company driver and made 90 $1,000 in last year, so that's good. That's good money. So see, percentage over mileage still. Thank you, Edge. How you doing, Edge? Where's Miss Suede at? I never hardly ever see Edge in here. Richard's never around. It's always Suede. How you doing, bud? Never make. Yeah, it's correct. Jazz, I don't really know the answer to that because it varies depending on where you live. So I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, this may be inappropriate. Where do you normally take your home time? Here recently, Mark, Springfield, Missouri. I just come to the Prime Terminal, man, and take some time off and do what I need to do. Like even when I went to Florida, I flew out. Oh, David, that's a good one, man. 898 miles, good deadhead. Especially the way this weather's been, man. I don't know if I want to do 898 miles empty with this wind. Charles said, when's Honey coming back? When I pick her up. Year of the Cubs. You got that shit right, Alan. Being a woman talking on the phone. She's probably talking to Melissa H. That wouldn't surprise me. David's probably sleeping because he starts driving soon. Melissa's probably bored talking to Suede on the phone. No freight in the South heading to Arkansas from South Carolina. What's going on, Skeletor? You're the White Sox. Boo! You know what's funny about that? Because I delivered I had a high value load. Me and Honey did. We had a high value load we took to southern Alabama. And yeah, they sent us all the way out to, oh no, they were going to send us all the way out to like Illinois to pick up empty, but we didn't have to. We picked up $1 or something, $1.10 a mile load or something, just to have something. Paid a little more than they were going to pay me empty. Where are you at? No, I'm not in Kansas. So I am in Springfield. Go Indians. No, I am in Springfield. I'm at the Prime Terminal here. I got back to Prime yesterday afternoon. And I've been sick. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I've been sick, and so I just kind of took it easy. Oh, here we go with the Astro crap. I told y'all my theory behind it. I said at the beginning of the video, if y'all missed it. Oh, Twisted, I'm not going back to vape, man. It made me feel like shit. I wish I could because I don't like how cigarettes make me smell, but Altuve would be lucky if he don't get banned from baseball for knowing what was going on and being a part of it. Let's just be honest, guys. You know, look, all of them, anybody who knew about it, which means all of them, at the very least, need to be suspended for the entire 2020 season. All of them. Make them bring up a bunch of kids from the farm system and play baseball. Yeah, it made me feel like crap. But yes, anybody who was a part of it, knew about it, participated in it, turned a blind eye to it, but knew what was going on in the background, and if it was me, I'd ban them from baseball, period. You're out. Goodbye. That way it never happens again, right? If you want it to never happen again, that's what you do, right? It never happens again that way. Yeah, it's modern day Black Sox. You are correct. Ban them. Boom. Everybody's out. Everybody. My thing is this: why do the managers and the GMs get fired, but the players get a pass? No, players got to go too. The players were a part of it. They got to go too. That's a different game, though, man. Football's a different beast. Football, they cram, they punch each, they poke each other in the eyeball on the bottom of the pile so they can't see on the next play and everything else. 61 day, 23 the next. Yeah. Yeah, Jason, the Astros got caught cheating, man. So Ludo and Hinch got suspended for the entire year and got fired by the Astros. Cora's under investigation, so Boston fired him. Beltran, who just took the Mets job 3 months ago, never managed a game. He had to step down. It's a fucking mess, man. It's a mess. I said a bad word, sorry. But yeah, it's a mess. So Twisted, what they did is this. There's there's a camera in the back, in the center field, zooms in on the plate. Well, baseball demands that they have a 7-second delay so that they can't cheat, right? Well, Houston set up their own camera with no delay, and were relaying the signs to the players at the plate. It started simply by banging on a garbage can for fastball, curveball, changeup, and all that. They would just beat on a garbage can. But it turned into they actually were wearing a buzzer. Some of them were wearing buzzards on their body, and they were able to remotely buzz them and tell them what was coming. So it was, yeah, it's absolutely nuts. It is. It's absolutely crazy. And Alex Cora is being spotlighted as the mastermind behind the entire thing. And that's why he had to step down from Boston. And now the Red Sox are under investigation to make sure that they weren't doing the same thing. So I'll be really curious to see what happened. Yeah. I mean, look, it's Skulator, that's like a long time ago, buddy. It was pretty good, though. That was a long time ago. You still have to hit the ball, but it helps when you know what's coming. All right, man, have a good night, Tango. Yeah, you are correct. You still have to have the eye-hand coordination to hit the ball. But it helps a lot when you know what's coming. Correct. Ask George Brett, Daniel. Oh, George Brett and the Pine Tar incident. Good night, Kenworth. You just saw it tonight? Oh, gosh. That thing was like 2 months ago. Shane, you don't have to. I mean, it doesn't matter. Arizona's not a problem. That's why you love hockey, no cheating. That's right, they just knock the hell out of each other. That's all they do. Are you Edge? I'm telling you, it's not a bad place as far as they treat you well, and you'll make a little bit of money there. You're not going to starve to death. That's for sure. You know what? One of my biggest things was I was on that, the last 3 years I was there, I was on that Tyson dedicated account, man. It's just too much night driving for me. Like every single night, your chicken, it's all fresh chicken. If I'm going to be ready at like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you got to be 500 to 700 miles away at 6 or 7 in the morning. And it just got old to me every single night having to do that. And like it gets so tight, you don't even have time to really do anything. I'm telling you what, that quarterback for Kansas City, my brother mentioned him a couple years ago, Sean. told me how great of a player he was. I tell you what, now that I've seen him play a little bit, boy, he's a bad mofo right there. He's gonna be a good. He's gonna break some records. Alan, I said there's gonna be a whole lot of chin music being thrown their way this season. Yeah, Jamie, she is. Gonna be a whole lot of it. It's gonna get wild. So how long does it take after approved to talk to a recruiter? Okay, how long after you talk to a recruiter does it take to get approved and start? Usually, because you have to get your permit and your drug test and your physical and all that done before you come to Prime now. Now, Prime pays for your physical and your drug test. They tell you where to go and when to do it, but they do pay for it, but you still have to do it before you come. So to get all of that done, and they can't do that until, or they do that first, then you take your permit. It just depends, because some people can't pass the permit test on the first try. It takes them a few tries. Is it possible to make $1,000 a week while training? I'm going to say no. I've had students make $1,000 in 1 week, but it's very rarely does that ever happen. So, I mean, very rarely does that ever happen. All right, Taco. Yeah, Taco, I'm not going to be here much longer either. I didn't plan on staying on 30 minutes. It's already been an hour and 6. Down there in Lubbock. Probably an Astros fan, aren't you? No, you're in Lubbock. You're in Central Texas. You should be a Rangers fan. So the permit costs money, but students who came to Prime already had to pay for their own permit when they got here. So that part didn't really change. But yeah, you do have to pay for your permit. But you're doing that at home. All right, D. Lee. Reminds me of Derek Lee, the old first baseman for the Cubs. Sorry, third baseman, before Bryant was full-time pretty much. How often does Prime do mountain driving? All the time. We're back and forth. We're lower 48. So we're always in the mountains. Whether it be the Green Valley River Gorge in North Carolina, Donner's Pass over in California, or Cabbage Patch in Oregon. You're going to get your mountain driving. What's going on? Hey, Jason, how are you? Some of the mountain driving I hate, guys, isn't even the big mountains. It's West Virginia. I just hate going to West Virginia. Hate it. Yeah, Strange. They'll make you go to their doctor. Hey, Phil, how are you, man? What if I have my permit and all my endorsements for Prime? What happens next? So, Corey, what'll happen is they'll send you to get your drug test and your physical done. Once they get the results of that, usually takes 2 days, 3 days, depending on what day of the week you do it. Once they have that, you're good as long as your employment is checked out and all that, and then you'll be on your way. Jeffro, he's doing a lot better. He's doing a lot better, surprisingly. So, for those of you who knew, my dad was really sick. He had he was still even sick when I got there. He wasn't eating yet. And then my boy flew in on Sunday, and we went and saw my dad, and I told him, I said, yeah, we're going to go to this little Italy Pizza in Distant Plaza in St. Pete. And I grew up right down the road from it, so I went there all the time as a kid. And my dad was like, oh, I want some pizza. So I made sure to take him some pizza after we got done eating. And sure enough, he ate a whole slice. And it's a New York slice, you know what I mean? So it's like this. It's not one of these little bitty Domino slices. So he had a big old huge slice of New York pizza. It's one of the first things he's eaten in like 40 days. And after that, he just started eating every day. So hopefully he continues to eat. So it's funny because he's starting to feel, I can always tell when my dad's starting to feel a lot better, because he goes to the doctor and he was literally 40 days in a hospital bed. So he's got a big old bed sore on his butt. And this young nurse comes in and tells him, she's like, hey Jim, I need you to stand up. It's time for me to take a picture of your butt. He said, only if I can take a picture of yours first. So it definitely tells me that Pops is starting to feel a little bit better. That's for sure. He's starting to feel a little more like himself again. That's always a good thing. Yeah, he's pretty funny like that. My dad's got a pretty sick sense of humor. It's pretty funny. Yeah, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, so do I. I mean, he's still in his 70s, so. All right, Chad. You know, so hopefully it's all good. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's been over an hour. My main thing was I just wanted to stop in and say hi, let everybody know what was going on. I'm in Springfield. I'm looking for a load tomorrow going east into Pennsylvania. Hopefully I get that in the morning. I did call today. They didn't have anything. So hopefully they get something overnight. Hopefully maybe one of those crafts to Bethlehem or something. They have a lot. Or even something going over to Columbus and then I can hop over. But we'll get it figured out. In the meantime, y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Be successful, guys. All right? It's new year. Make a goal for yourself now and attack it. All right? Don't just make the goal. Pick your path. You know what I mean? Make your goal and find your pathway to get there. Okay? There's a lot more than just making a goal. All right, you can't just make a goal and expect it to happen on its own. Make a goal and figure out what you're going to have to do as an individual to get there. All right, y'all stay safe out there. I'll see y'all out there somewhere on the highway very soon.